Welcome to the Women in Vinyl podcast with Jenn DiEugenio, founder of Women in Vinyl, and contributor Robin Raymond. This podcast facilitates conversations with those working in the vinyl record industry to educate, demystify, and diversify the vinyl community.
Welcome to episode 59 of the Women in Vinyl podcast. Today we're joined by Alexandria Sade, the founder of Black Girls Love Vinyl, a community-driven organization dedicated to amplifying the voices of Black women in the vinyl culture while preserving and sharing the rich stories of their contributions in music history. From her passion for preserving Black women's history to collaborating with industry giants like Motown to Audio-Technica, Alexandria's work is shaping the future of vinyl culture. Enjoy an inspiring conversation about music, entrepreneurship, and cultural preservation. Well, welcome, Alex. We're so glad to have you. It's been a long time coming, I feel.
Yeah.
All good.
Long time friends on the internet, first time visiting on the internet face to face.
It's like perfect timing, actually.
Yeah, it's good. And all of our outfits match for those of you watching at home, so that's nice too.
So for those that don't know, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about you and your organization?
Yeah, so Alexandria Sade, and actually Sade is my middle name, and I go by Alex, Allie, or Sade. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I have been a music lover since I was a kid. My aunt has got me into music. My dad, he loves like craft work and like West Coast music, and my mom loves like jazz, smooth jazz. My grandparents, same way, a lot of jazz. And I started Black Girls Love Vinyl in 2018 when I was living in Los Angeles, which was a super crazy time because I went out there for something else and ended up doing music and commercial acting and modeling, all these different things. And so that's really kind of what sparked the interest to have a platform like Black Girls Love Vinyl and highlight the community, because I was modeling my record collections around. And prior to that, I actually had a music blog called Glow of Sunrise, which I kind of tied in like the science aspect of my background. I went to school for science, so
wow, she's a science lady too. Not just a stunner, but also has the brains to back it up. As a fellow ex-scientist, I can I like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of science did you do?
Just general biology, ecology, organismal was my concentration.
Okay.
One of the toughest times in my life, actually. So It wasn't like the brightest moment, but I made it through.
Academics rarely is the time where we're like, yes, you know what? So fulfilling, very rewarding. Totally got reinforced the whole entire way.
Yes.
I'm with you. So that brought you to Los Angeles. Were you studying?
So I actually went to school in Virginia. I went to a HBCU called Hampton University. It's the other HU. If you're familiar with HBCU life, there's Howard and then there's us, Hampton University in Hampton, Virginia, which was super nice, actually, right by the water. So I did utilize like decompressing there. And then obviously like my love for vinyl started in also college as well.
All right. And who introduced you to vinyl?
My friend, who was also a biology major, who is now like this insane botanist. I found out that he had like a record collection, and I actually went over. We lived in like the same apartment complex, living off campus, and I went over to his place, and he had like all these jazz records, like Herbie Mann, Herbie Hancock, even like some just like Madlib and Loop Pack and just all these different records. And then we ended up going to a record shop also that day called American Oldies in Newport News, Virginia, which unfortunately is not around with us today. But my first record that I bought was a Hiroshima record. I bought that record purely off of Discovery. And I also bought like this Irish record too. Which I can't find, but I'm sure it's here. But yeah.
I feel okay. So I have to know: is your collection organized? Because we never ask that. Like than
Oh, listen, I
yeah.
wish because I moved so much. I mean,
Yes, another one. I don't organize my records at all.
I actually want to
Like at
though.
all. I
I
mean,
actually would love to.
I'm alone.
I keep saying that it's like a nice idea, but I'm like, no. I'd rather be listening to them than cataloging. That just seems like schoolwork to me now that I'm not interested in.
Jenn, is yours organized?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know, girl,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what I just had to hear it out loud.
Just give her a little taste, Jen. How is your record collection organized?
Genre, alphabetical, and then
Mhm.
chronological.
See, I want to get like you.
And then
I would love
Sabbath.
that in life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get like you.
Yeah, that's a problem.
She's a queen bee for a reason, but I mean, that's you. Okay, so what are we talking with collection here? How many pieces do you have?
So you know what's crazy because I started like in Virginia and then I moved from Virginia to like back home for a stint and then
Mhm.
to LA and then back home and then to DC. So just moving around. I've also kind of given people like records, giving them away, but I feel like behind me I have, oh my God, I feel like they're all around scattered on the floor right now too. So they're not even
Yes.
properly on
Oh,
the
that's
shelf.
great. I love it. No, I'm here for
But
it.
I would say I don't know. This is always a hard question. I at least am filling up my 8 block shelf. So
Mhm.
I will say that. I don't right now because I was traveling so much, I didn't like to have a ton of records.
Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't
fair.
help it. But now I'm like, I'm ready to keep growing again.
Yeah.
So
They're very inconvenient at the best of times. They're the gift
yeah.
that keeps on giving. But I mean, Lady Jen is up over what? Over 3K,
Ooh,
4K.
I have over 5,000.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, her organizational skills are just. I mean,
I'd lose
And
my
that's why that works.
yeah. I'd never
she
find
has.
yeah.
You just have like a honorary master's in library sciences by now.
Love that.
Well, so Black Girls Love Vinyl was established to provide a platform for Black women in music. So we want to talk about that. What challenges did you face in creating space? How have you come?
She's like, which one did I not face?
Right.
Truly.
What did I not? I mean, I guess, at first it really was just to highlight like our storytelling, and just to showcase like our music taste, which was, more easier. But, you're paying for a website to kind of host this on, to have like these articles and things like that. And, you're trying to post like you are the social media manager, you are your marketing person. So I know you understand. I'm not a nonprofit, but I know that
But you
nonprofit
could
work
be.
is a lot.
You could
It's a
be.
lot of work. It's a
Yeah.
lot of work, but it is commendable work. So I do love that you are a nonprofit. But yeah, I mean, the challenges are definitely there still today, because like I recently just added an intern for the
Great.
first time, which I was very nervous about doing, but it's been great. So, yeah, I would say that and just the unexpected cost of like every little thing you want to do and then trying to like navigate doing events, which is something I newly just started doing like last year around this time. So, and then also like I do work in music too. So it's like trying to manage that and the ups and downs of being in the music industry and running a platform fully in a full capacity where it looks like it's a multiple people, a whole collective, and all these different things. But it's really just me behind it.
Little old Sade, just doing the Lord's work over here.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
doing the
Jen,
Lord's
Jen
work.
knows. Jen knows. Jen
Right.
knows
She
all about it.
knows. Yes.
Yeah. Are
It's a
you?
lot.
Are you? I mean, Jen likes to say she's a control freak. I say that she just has, an obsession with getting things right. Are you one of those people as well?
I am a Leo,
Uh huh.
so yes, a little bit. You just want it to be right. Like you want to have the logistics down. You just want to make sure you're organized if you're bringing people in too, to make it easier for them, or
Totally.
you definitely want to compensate well too. You don't want just to like leave people hanging, because I understand, like, as women, like, it's already tough enough.
Mhm.
And you just want to like be fair. So I think those are the other aspects that go into it, but beyond like just being a control person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and you have a specific point of view and a viewpoint that you need to protect, much like we do with women in vinyl too. So, you want to get it right. You don't want it to get diluted. You don't want to have the wrong person, taking that message and maybe distorting it a little bit. Like, yeah, we get you. We see you, mama. We see you.
Yes. Feels good to be seen.
You're safe space. You're welcome here. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was like reading through some of your FAQs, and I think it was interesting. I saw one that was like, you don't have to be a Black woman to be a part of this, but like that's
It
sort of
helps.
what you're trying to do. And
Yeah.
it's interesting because I think we see the same thing as like men don't always understand that they're allies, and so they're still a part of it. They can still be a part of Women in Vinyl. You can call Women in Vinyl, have to be a woman. But obviously that's our main mission. So I thought that was really interesting in your FAQs. Do you run into a lot of stuff like that for events and things that you do?
Yeah, I mean, like what you said, we just want to make sure that women are the forefront, though, like the Black women that we are, at the forefront of our storytelling, it non-binary also, just because, that is the platform. And I feel like our stories need to be told. But of course, like for events, especially when they're more like nightlife ones, I feel like we can share space with the community, other people, as long as that they are respectful. I think that's like super important to me. I know we kind of ran into something small like our last event on Friday, but it was just kind of like, it was at the end of the event, and I was just telling the person like, hey, you need to like chill out, maybe leave, please leave. But that was like the first time I've seen anything happen, and it didn't even get super escalated to the point, where anyone was harmed, I would say.
Do they want you to put something else?
What happened?
They want you to put something else?
Yeah.
Play my request right now.
No, it was just, I don't know, because also we were sharing space, like there's alcohol and stuff involved. It's at a hotel, so maybe they weren't even really there for Black Girls Love Vinyl, and not understanding what we do. But I just know that I have to keep everyone safe, and if I see someone's just doing something wrong, obviously, can you please excuse yourself? Please. But yeah, that was the only time that happened.
Oh, that's good. I mean, what other kind of events are you trying to do, Alex?
So we have done like meetups like at record shops, and making sure that we bring in like an educator in who like specializes maybe in music preservation, even archiving, or just have deeper knowledge that they can kind of share with us, and even like learning from the record shop owners, like their day-to-day process. So I do like doing those. We've only done 2, but I would love to see more of those happen here on the East Coast, and even on the West Coast too, since we're occupying like heavily in those 2 spaces. Just kind of anything that really is about, kind of educating us. Even like audiophile culture is important to me too, like learning that and having exposure to, high-end equipment. And more like dialogue storytelling type of events, I think, is also important in sharing like our music taste, because I have like a lot of different eclectic like genres and things too, collecting like a few Japanese records and stuff like that. Like I would love to share those and spotlight those things, and also honing in just on my network of people that I know in the industry, and just sharing space with the platform of those people as well, tastemakers, and you all as well. Like any way we can just like bring in the right people that can share information.
I was going to say, I smell a team up here.
I would love to.
Definitely.
Yeah. What part of the music business are you working in?
So right now, okay, so I've worked in all different aspects. I was in marketing, sing licensing, and also like operations at the Recording Academy was like my last
Oh, cool.
more full-time role. And then now I'm working on a TV project. It was just announced. Lil Kev, it's a Kevin Hart animated series that's going to be on BET Plus.
Oh, cool.
I worked in the music supervision department under a music supervisor as a music assistant. So that has been like a very role that I'm very passionate about in that field. And so I'm excited to like keep pushing forward within
That's
the field of
awesome.
music supervision. Yeah.
Cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
That little dynamo's got lots going on for him. He's a big little guy.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yes.
So, I mean, we talk about community and how like inclusive and happy our own little things are. Like, we're like, oh yeah, everybody come to the party. But this ride has not always been like that for everyone. So, I mean, if there's anybody that's listening that is maybe a Black woman that is interested in records, that's either on the West Coast or the East Coast or the North Coast up by me up here in Canada, what would you recommend to them to get involved with either your organization or a record collecting initiative in their area?
Yeah, I mean, even start your own, like I'm still building, I rather go slow and steady than try to be super fast and get it wrong. So
yeah, totally.
I think for me, like, though it's been like 7 years, it's been a good 7 years for me, like pacing it out. And I'm still trying to get the logistics down for like collectives to operate in spaces. So I'm about the slow build. But, you can start now, like you can kind of form your own meetup or something, like if you're in Canada, like have a meetup there and in these different areas, and obviously use resources like Women in Vinyl to learn more about who are in the spaces as well, and obviously my platform as well, Black Girls Love Vinyl. So it's different communities to tap into, and there's probably already one locally that's already happening. There's a lot of DJ communities obviously starting there too. Vinyl DJs has been a thing for a long time, so it's been around. So just continue tapping in and being open-minded. So yeah, I think that for sure.
That's great.
What about collecting? Because I know that there sometimes feels like a barrier to entry. Have any advice for that?
For collecting records?
Yeah, just getting into the hobby.
Yeah, I think you really should go in with an open mind. When I started, I was on a budget. Like, I'm talking about deep budget. I was like, I'm not going over $10.
I love it.
For records. I was
it.
like, if it's not under 10, I'm not getting it. So I think having that curiosity of discovery, because that's the first record I bought. Like, I never heard of Hiroshima the time. So having that in my collection just kind of kept forging the relationship and trust of my intuition to find records like that and just be open-minded, while also along the way adding, records that I'm familiar with, and just being patient. I think now it's a little bit different because it is more expensive. So, we were lucky getting kind of like those known records maybe that you were brought up on listening to for a cheaper price and for good quality too. But I think just being open-minded, even spend time in the record shop for a minute. Like if you see something that you've never heard before and maybe the cover art is what gravitates you, go beyond the cover art. Maybe have your phone and, I don't know, look up any songs, or you may see like the credits or something in the liner notes about like Stevie Wonder may have produced something that you didn't know but that interests you. So just go beyond the cover art and just be open-minded, explore different genres, just, all the things, just have fun. Yeah.
Have you ever picked a record based on the cover and then just been like, oh yeah, that one just didn't hit right? Nope.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Because I mean, I used to go record shopping and like go through the dollar bins and stuff, be like, ooh, yeah, this one looks cool. And then Oh yeah, that one was not that cool. And then you just kind of like you still hang on to it because you're like, oh, maybe I'll give it another chance. Maybe I just
And it never
maybe
happens.
maybe future me will like it better. And it never happens. Yeah. Okay,
Never
good.
happens.
I'm glad that I'm not alone. I mean,
No, you're not alone
And
at
sometimes
all.
the cover is awful, and then you're like,
yeah.
this is awful.
And that happened a lot in the 80s though. You know, they were very experimental.
That's why you have to go beyond the cover art to
It's
not
true.
waste no money. Yeah.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I love a bulk jacket for that reason. When the record store is just like, oh, this one just came in super thrash, so we're just gonna throw it in a white, like a white disco bag, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
Well, the deluxe edition series
Hmm.
initiative that you have, could you collaborate on that or elaborate on that and the impact?
Oh my God. Yes. So that started when I was working at the Recording Academy. So I was heavily doing events there with them and the nominee celebration and going through all the events. And I actually met some of the ladies that has been following the platform at a Grammy event. And so it was so funny because they didn't even know who I was. And I'm just over here taking content, doing all the things, and they're like, "Oh yeah, she wants to get content gathering together and stuff." And then eventually, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm Alex with Black Girls Love Vinyl. Like, thank you so much for your support and all those things." They were like, "Wait, you're Alex? You run the whole thing?" And so they were like, "We have to do something. How long are you in town?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we should do something." So I connected with Jay Lee, who's an amazing DJ. Shout out to her, Jay Lee Daniel. And we just, kind of build through conversation over the phone while I was out in LA. And then I was like, you know what? She was like, let's do something. I have like a space. And I was like, okay, I'll come up with an event name because I'm a person that has a bunch of notes of like ideas of names, like a ton of names just in my notes app. And I just couldn't come up with a name like immediately. And so over time, like maybe 2 or 3 days, because we were like in crunch time because we already had locked in the venue.
Oh, wow.
So I was exploring through, my list, and then I just went on to like Apple Music on my phone and was like looking at different albums. And then I saw obviously like deluxe edition parenthesis, and I'm like, deluxe edition, how does that sound? I kept just saying it out loud and running it by my friends and stuff. And then I was like, you know what, we're gonna go with that because we don't have time. Locked in the flyer and everything, and just we already knew what DJs because I had met them actually on Valentine's Day, like all at once at Go Line Bar. So yeah, so it was just nice that we ended up making that a series and a thing, and it's just been a hit. Like everyone loves coming out to them, and it feels like a listening experience, more than a nightlife. Like in New York, it's a totally different energy than it is in LA. Like a lot of people are like dancing a lot in New York at the events. Even I was dancing. Like there's footage of me just, having an amazing time. And while in LA, it's the same thing, but we're all able to like chill out and maybe just kind of absorb the music. And then all the ladies have different tastes, sharing their record collections. And you can just two DJs here in New York. So yeah,
Cool.
I love it. And it's just evolving too, and looking forward to the next one.
Do you do a limited number of them per year? Or are you looking to do like one a month, or what's the goal?
We strive to have a plan. It all depends on locking in the venue.
Yeah, of course,
I think that's kind of what kind of navigates how many we have. And also working with everyone's schedule because you want to make sure that, who you want involved is available. So I think I don't put too much pressure on myself around like, we got to have a set number, but, the ladies will kind of be like, I miss doing it. So when is the next one? And then that's when we'll be like, okay, like we got to get on it some more and
That's
lock
great.
in. So
That's great.
yeah.
I love that. So, I mean, you've talked a lot about like storytelling and how important that is to the original creation of Black Girls Love Vinyl. So, where did that kind of through line come from?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, during college, like it was the most depressing time of my life, honestly. And like collecting records really did save my life starting in college. And I believe like the emotional connection that music really kind of brought to me, and just having, because it was times where I wasn't going to class. So
I
like
mean,
I
that's
was
college.
really,
That's
I was just
college.
really down, like
Oh.
bad mentally. And so I think for me, I just knew like it was something deeper. And like I don't use my science degree, which we all make a joke about, but I really don't. And
No, neither do I. Don't worry.
so for me, it became like expression. And so like photos for me were kind of helping with the storytelling. And, I would like literally challenge myself to go out my comfort zone, because I was really shy too. And I wouldn't talk to people. So I'd never been like a social person or anything like that. I'm more of that now, but I had to break out of my shell. Like I didn't even meet a lot of people in college like that. So I think this just really helped me like get closer to my own story and journey, and realizing that my upbringing also too had a lot of connection to me starting a platform like this. Like my mom had me in a lot of different things in the community back in St. Louis, just educational programs, dance. I played like the flute and the piano, so played tennis, just all doing these different hobbies and stuff. But the music too, like going to school, like she'll play smooth jazz. I might fall asleep in the car, but like things like that.
I'm with you.
Really is a part of the story of my life. So I just wanted to like find community around that. Like I just knew it had to be more women out there too that connect to music on an emotional level, not all the time of like who's on this song, like who's playing the flute here, or who's like on the percussions, or those details, but also how are you able to connect, and how is the music changing your life, and how does it affect like your journey. So yeah.
Well, but so many of us are introverts, I feel, and so it's nice to that vinyl and music help us all connect with each other. I mean, we were joking that as an executive board, like this year we decided to all take those personality tests just to kind of see how we can best maybe like collaborate as a group. And like all of us on the executive board were like some version of an introvert. But then our executive board are all extroverts, so we're like, awesome. Go at it.
Yeah. And that
Run,
works.
little sparklers. Run, go do the thing. We'll encourage you from behind our computers. So did you find that was a way that like your own storytelling through the photos and like talking about a specific record, was that a way that more people started to gravitate to the platform and ask you questions and want to get involved? Did it kind of grow like that, or were you like, hey, lady DJs, so what do you think about Stevie Wonder or this record? Like, I can just picture myself trying to start something and be like, hey, cool kids, I like this record. How do you feel about it? Oh, you don't like? Oh, okay.
That's exactly kind of what it was. I mean, like I'm gonna be honest, I hid behind the Solange record. So I didn't want anyone to see my face. And I took that photo. A friend of mine, he captured that moment. But yeah, I wanted to be behind the scenes. I just wanted to hide and like let everyone else tell their stories, because again, like I had the music blog Glow of Sunrise, where I had a page and I deactivated the page, but I had more of those photos where you can see me kind of like all around Los Angeles, modeling my records. But I would just start, like I started with that one post, and then people that I knew already, that I knew that collected records, and just asked them to answer a few questions and things like that. I remember seeing like obviously Women in Vinyl and Vinylettes, which is another amazing community and platform too. So it was just nice already seeing like these things happening too, and just expanding on the storytelling and reaching out, which again, I'm going out my comfort zone, and that just was beautiful to see. And drafting them up on the website, and yeah, so it's pretty much kind of grown through others and not myself personally.
Which is a nice thing too. Kind of it validates your point of view and your idea, where you're just like, oh yeah, hey, people like this, and that is great.
Yeah. Yes.
But it's a nice way for you to like, show that a bunch of people like the same thing, and it's not just an old white guys club. Because I mean, the second you said audiophile, I was like, oh God, no,
Oh
don't
yeah,
do it. Don't do it.
I know.
No. But I mean, I
I
get it.
know.
I get it. I get it. But I don't get it at the same time. I just don't
Gotta
like it when
change the
people
trajectory.
well,
So
and that's why we're here,
right,
Mama. That is what we're doing.
we gotta
Yep.
lead the way.
We're trying to. We are trying.
Yes, we're doing it. We're all
Yeah.
doing it. All of us on this call, we're doing it.
Heck yeah.
Well, and what as a vinyl community can we do to better uplift like Black women in vinyl?
State that question one more time.
So what can we do as a vinyl community to help uplift Black women in vinyl?
I mean, I don't know. Like support platforms like me. I don't know. You can ask questions. Just I don't know. How do you all kind of see that too? Like the expansion of.
I mean, I think helping spread the word and kind of creating ways for to amplify those voices and like that's really something that we strive to do. Um, I think that giving space for those people to express themselves and share their point of view is really important. I think a
Hmm.
lot of times people will speak very loud, and sometimes it drowns out the voices of the people that are trying to say something. And those of us who aren't extroverts or don't feel comfortable necessarily or have imposter syndrome, something we talk about a lot, um, don't really feel comfortable. And so, but if they had that support, I think that would make a difference.
Yeah, I think exactly what you're saying, and just kind of building off of that. Like, if there's any way I can help, obviously, like I have the community. So if anyway there's an extension there, like I'm sure there's ways now we can work together. I think, even this is a start. And even before, you all have been doing stuff too. So I think just like keeping the open mindset to find out different ways, which I believe that you all are doing. So yeah, I mean, you all have like a great resource tab too. Like I've been exploring you all's like resources and websites. I think I even applied to some things you all had. So I think if there's ways we can just collaborate on things more too, that also would give, for all of us to kind of help and pitch in, because I think it's super important that we do merge together and celebrate the platforms together. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of the thing, right? Because we're just a bunch of little. I mean, we're white ladies over here, and we don't want to be like, hey, do it our way, because that is stupid. So I mean, I think that's one of the reasons that we ask, because we're like, we don't want to tell you how to do your thing. How can we kick the ball together? But like, we don't want you to do the heavy lifting, but we want to definitely like, know that we got you and we'll help to do whatever aims that you have. Like we're obviously the viewpoints are aligned. So yeah, let's
And
do it.
yeah, and I just believe in right timing too. Like, I don't think everything needs to be rushed. Like you have to build out things, and it's a step by step. And I know you all understand that. So it's not like there's this pressure around it, like now it's unfolding, and like now we're meeting, and so it makes sense. And so I think now we'll just continue to like champion each other and navigate and find ways. Like you all are learning too that I like stuff to be done a certain way, and likewise, because we like to keep the taste of it and not dilute the brand. So I think having that understanding too really helps.
Yeah.
So it's just not, hey, we're just doing something, but it's actually intentional.
Oh yeah.
I love that. And I think everything you said, I agree with. One thing too, I think that you probably also have seen is people ask like how they can be involved and they want to be involved, but they don't have any idea as to how. And sometimes like we are just grassroots organizations and we're like you said, like we're doing our best as quick as we can to make an impact. So like if you want to help, come with ideas. Like how can you help us? Because you must be coming to us for some reason, And so I find a lot of times people toss the ball to us, and then I'm like, okay, but like, how do you want to support us?
Mhm.
Jen, I think that's so important what you said too, because there's people that say, "Oh, I want to help," and then I'm like, "Okay, well, help," because I'm doing the work. Like the work is already happening, you know.
Totally.
So like, I'm a person that I turn ideas into action, and likewise too. So when people saying they want to be involved, like definitely get involved, and I think that's also why I don't reach out sometimes too, because it's like, well, I'm doing the work.
Yeah.
So why worry about everything else when it's happening? And
Yeah.
I'm sure you all feel the same way. Like you all are doing the work. So what else? But but yeah, I think like of course there's with intention, I think that's super important. Like I'm sure that's why you turned it into a nonprofit that's very intentional. So
Yeah.
keep it, that alignment. So yeah.
But if you need, yeah, I mean, if you want to do like some Zooms or something with a collective, we could do like some info sessions where like Jet and I can talk about record cutting or something. If you really
Oh, I
want to
love
like,
Jet. I
yeah,
met
I know
Jet.
she's the
Yes.
best. I know it is so
Yeah.
hard not to love that
I've
woman.
been to her studio when she had it at the Sony lot. But yeah.
Yeah, the new one looks hype. Though.
Really?
Oh my God.
Love that
It's
for
so
her.
cool.
See it this week. I can't wait.
Yeah. Shout out to Jack Galindo.
Yes, shout out to Jet.
Heck yeah. But yeah, I mean, all that kind of stuff is, we can absolutely make those kind of things available to anyone. Also, not not just you, Miss Sade, but I mean,
Right. Of course.
we want to take this, worldwide is the goal. What's
Right.
the goal for you? What's the
Likewise.
blue sky? What's the blue
Right.
sky aspirational? What do you want to see for yourself in like the next year?
Yes, worldwide. Get in, losers. We're going to
Yeah, we're going
every
shopping. I love it.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's the thing, like really having the collectives and having the communities actually be able to spotlight like their local communities is super important.
Mhm.
um so doing that, I know that's like a slow build because like right now I have it as like a LLC, so I'm still trying to navigate what I need to be doing, properly, to make those expansions happen. But yeah, I'm like into doing actual like intentional projects and personal projects that like integrate into Black Girls Love Vinyl as
Mhm.
well. That kind of do with some more storytelling and archiving, in a sense too. So I think just kind of bringing in the art of other aspects to my personal art,
Mhm.
and working with more artists that I know, and just all the things that can really kind of forge communities to be built out well, in different areas. So
Awesome.
worldwide. Like you.
Worldwide. I love it.
Well, Robin,
Oh yeah. I
I
don't know.
I didn't give her a heads up on this one.
Have you listened to the podcast before?
I was seeing clips. Forgive
All
me.
right.
I think I.
No, it's perfect.
Oh, good.
It's good. It's good. It's
You're
good.
not prepared.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not prepared.
So, everybody always asks like a silly question on a podcast. And mostly I find that when people have record podcasts, it's like, what's your desert island record? Blah, 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 blah. And I thought that was far too easy. So we incorporated if you could make your own custom 7-inch record with anything on the A side and anything on the B side. Because I'm a lathe cutter and I can do that kind of stuff, even though I
Wow.
don't make bootlegs. I don't do it. But hypothetically, if you were going to make your own Alexandria Sade custom 7-inch record, what would be on the A side and what would be on the B side?
Okay. Lonnie Lisa Smith, A Garden of Peace.
She's
Um,
so prepared. She,
no, I'm
she just
not.
like didn't even blink. That's
No,
what?
I'm not. No, I picked that one because that's a song that I replayed a lot,
Mm-hmm.
when I started collecting. So
Great. Do
that
you
for
have do you
sure.
have that record?
I do.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Great.
Okay. It's gonna sound cliche. I'm trying not to say Sade, by the way.
No, I mean, she's an icon. It's fine.
So I'm trying to think. So that's why I'm not prepared, especially for a B side.
Yeah, sometimes the B-sides get wacky. And you can go there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's a good one?
Yeah, and no matter what you pick, it's not wrong. That's the other thing. Like, there's no wrong answers here. It's not science.
I'm trying to think of something that I play a lot. Okay, I'm gonna pick something really kind of left, but it's on the hip hop side.
Great.
I'm gonna go with. See, this is the thing. I'm trying to figure out which song from this person.
I mean, if they're under like 3 minutes, if you're a good record cutter, you could get 2 songs on a B side. I would give you a 2-song B side.
Yeah.
Nobody's really ever asked for it before, you know?
Only because it kind of a West Side Gun song, but I'm not sure what track. Especially because I've been listening to his new album, and I really like the Gumbo Ya Ya song, and it really just makes sense for somebody like he's a Leo and I'm a Leo, and sometimes he kind of says my impulsive thoughts. So his raps. So I'm really gonna go left with that, especially because like if I have Lonnie Liston Smith and then I'm flipping over to West Side Gun, sure, why not?
Hey,
it makes sense to me.
No, that's exactly what it's for. I mean, I don't know that I've actually ever answered the question for myself. So
Really?
yeah, so I'm sure mine would probably be pretty eclectic too. Yeah, probably like a hardcore A side and then like a country B side.
Yeah, I feel like I would probably do something like Black Sabbath on one side and
Obviously,
Of course.
and then RuPaul on the other. Yeah, just supermodel on the B side.
I like Sissy That Walk or something.
Yeah, I was thinking even like Missy Elliott or Khalees too, but yeah.
I have that. I have I hate you so much right now. I have that 12-inch. I do. Yeah, I used to DJ that too.
Nice.
Do you DJ out? Are you DJing or are you just collecting on and like playing some records on the side sometimes? What are you doing?
Well, tomorrow.
Oh, here we go.
So I was asked to come on the Lot Radio, which is here in New York City and Brooklyn, to kind of bring some of my favorite records and play some tracks. But it will not be like this full-fledged. You're not about to get no blending from me, none of that. In fact, I have to get assistance.
Nobody asked you to mix. That's fine. It's fine.
I will not be mixing. But I have actually studied a little bit at the Beat Junkies. They're
hell yeah.
Yeah, their Institute of Sound in Glendale. I believe they're still in that location. But yeah, I did learn from them, and then I had like a mixer at the time and 2 turntables.
Excellent.
Again, this was like 2017. So,
what'd you say, Jen?
We need to get your organization, our organization, and Beat Junkies together.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be really
very
nice.
cool. Yeah. So what 5 records are you taking?
Oh, I'm taking like, she told me to bring like 10 to 15.
Oh, great. So. Love that. Do you got any? Are those the ones on your floor right now? Are you like giving them a test spin to be like, yeah, this one's good. Oh, that one skips. Oh, no, I'm taking this one.
It's so hard to figure out because I'm also kind of I am honoring our Black History Month
of course.
series that we're doing. So I'm kind of picking 2 from each of the prompts.
Cool.
So yeah, I have like a Grant Green record because he's from St. Louis. I have that. I have Khalees. I have Roberta Flack. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. What a loss today. My gosh.
Yeah. Rest in peace to her and Gwen McCrae also. But I'm trying to figure that out. What I would bring like set confirmed for tomorrow. But I'm very excited about it. So
yeah, that's great. Do you have any other things that you want to hype and rep? And like, how can we hype? How can I be your hype man right now? because I've got my hands in the air for the people that can't see me, that are just listening to me. I live to be a hype man. I think it's the funnest
I
thing in the
love
world.
that. Yeah, it's so funny because had this joke. I don't know why I did this, but I told everybody on Friday at our last deluxe edition, I was like, this is gonna be the last one
Oh,
for a while. They were like, no. But that's not true. So I don't know why I would spread a joke like that. In a sense of, I meant like how it was going to be nightlife, not like but they took it as like, oh my God, no. But so there will be another deluxe edition. It will be introduced in a new way
Cool.
in LA next month.
Okay.
And there's a couple other things lined up. I'm waiting for some confirmation, so I don't want to say for sure. But yeah, I mean, right now we're kind of having things mapped out till May.
Awesome.
If everything goes as planned, till May right now. But
that's great. Awesome.
I say just keep looking out for deluxe edition and meetups. So
cool. Well, hype your IG. Hype your. Do you have TikTok too? Like give us all your socials. Tell the people how they can follow you if they don't already.
Yeah, follow obviously Black Girls Love Vinyl. Just as said, it's spelled that way. My personal is Shy Days, so SHY.DAZE, which is a play off my middle name. We have TikTok. We have a website, blackgirlslovevinyl.com. We're also on Twitter, but we're not posting like that, so maybe not. We're on Threads. Things that kind of go from Instagram and go to the Threads. YouTube as well, Black Girls Love Vinyl.
Awesome. On all the things. All the things. Can't get away from them. Nor should you. Follow them. Help them. Hype them. Yeah.
So glad we were able to make it happen.
Yes, thank you all so much for having me, and I'm just looking forward to us staying in contact too.
Oh yeah, get ready. We're all going to be best buddies. I love this. This is great for all of us. Yeah, this is exciting. I mean, there's no way that we can't get Mona Lisa involved in this too.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Mona Lisa, DJ Spinderella, somebody.
Yeah. Oh, I love Spinderella. She's such a homie. Yo, that's awesome.
Yeah, Beverly Bond too. I think she's amazing too.
So. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's rad.
All the people, whatever. Let's make a whole thing out of it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to take it offline and make some plans so that all of you planner box checkers are happy with that outline suggested before we table it and take it to a meeting and make sure everybody's good. Do you guys have a Discord?
No. Should we have one?
I mean, we're building one right now, and Jet and I are both very focused on the Discord just because it's kind of an interesting place to keep conversations, and it's like a very real-time kind of thing. You can have Twitch integrations with it so people can go live and they can DJ on it, or they can you can host a meetup live on it and all those kind of things. I mean, I'm not telling you how to do your business, obviously.
No.
But you can integrate your Patreon and stuff on it too. So you can put it with a paywall so that you can keep the maybe ne'er-do-wells out of it. So you have to be a member or invited to be able to come to it.
Okay.
But then that way, I mean, you can sell tickets through Eventbrite and stuff like that. So then all of those ducats will come into your pockets, ma'am.
Right.
Because that's what we're all about. Got to get this girl paid.
We're all about.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. So, yeah. I mean, we'll put out all your things on all of our things, and it'll be a really good time.
Yes, I can't wait to share. Also, so this would be nice for everyone to see.
Yeah. Well, this has been brought to you by Black Girls Love Vinyl, Us Girls Love Vinyl too, Women in Vinyl, all of the people that love vinyl, all together. one happening little love fest on this podcast. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Go to Deluxe Edition. I mean, that's worth the plane ticket for me alone. Let's go. And maybe there will be a little team up in the near future. This has been the Women in Vinyl podcast. Go to womeninvinyl.com. Check out the job board if you're looking for a job. Hit up the resources if you want to learn a thing. Record store day is coming. We have an incredible list of record stores that are women-owned. And you can go there, support them. All right. Well, womeninvinyl.com, blackgirlslovevinyl.com. Do all the things. Get on our Patreon. Give us some money so we can do some more cool stuff. We're looking at you, Dolly Parton.
All right.
Beyonce.
That too.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. It was so wonderful. And yeah, we'll definitely be in touch.
Heck yeah.
Love it. Love y'all.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Right back at you, girl. Thanks so much for making the time.
Thank you.
And good
so,
luck
so
on the
much.
radio tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's so exciting. I love it. Let us know how it goes.
Will do.
Awesome. I want to know what those records are.
You will know.
Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty.
Bye.
Happy Monday.
This episode has been brought to you by Women in Vinyl and Red Spade Records. Thank you for listening. Please remember to subscribe, and you can always contact us directly by visiting www.womeninvinyl.com.